Good afternoon, grinders. This is your NFL SimLabs analysis for Thursday, November 13th. I'm Jordan Cooper, aka BlenderHD, BlenderHD. You want to follow me on Twitter? Hit that thumbs up button on your way in the door. Give me those thummy thumbs. You know how much I like those. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to always know when we go live. Remember, 7:30 p.m. Eastern is our pre-lock show live here on YouTube for all the expert analysis, the picks, the plays, any last-minute inactives. I believe Terrell Jennings is set to play tonight. Obviously, he got banged up in the last game. We do have him in the projections, but with kind of an injury ding, we should expect Henderson to see most of the load for the Patriots backfield today. But obviously Jennings has a shot at the end zone, right? He's kind of more of a bulldozer type running back. So he is in play and he is in the projections as of right now. But those get updated throughout the day. All of our projections are ownership, everything in SimLabs. Definitely use this right before lock. I always use it on my phone. Building 1 to 3 lineups, most showdown slates on the island games. And tonight we got maybe not the most competitive of games, maybe not the most exciting of games. It is the Jets at the Patriots. The Patriots are a 12.5 point favorite. That's what it looks like. 12.5 point favorites. They have a 28-point implied team total. The Jets, 15.5 point implied team total. The highest projected player on the slate by far is Drake May at 12K. He's like triple most of the players' projections on tonight's slate. It should be a low-scoring slate based on these mean projections. Should be a pretty low-scoring slate. I think it is more of a slate where if you could find the touchdowns, I mean, I'm not saying anything that isn't true for most slates. If you find all the touchdowns, you probably win. Okay, we're big revelation there. But this may be more especially true because the touchdowns may overrepresent a player's salary because just the way the ball is spread out on pretty much both teams, right? Because we got Drake May at 12K. We got Henderson at 10.6K. Drake May has a 21-point median projection. Henderson 18, and then it starts dropping off. Hall, Diggs, Fields, and then it really drops off from there. So Hall we got at about 14 or so. Diggs 14. Fields around 14. And then we get down because, I mean, it goes from like 9,400 Justin Fields all the way down to the Patriots defense at 6,600. Then we get some, like, obviously the kickers and stuff like that. But we got like Douglas at 6,200 and Hollins at 5,800 and Henry at 5,400. The Patriots spread the ball up around enough that, like, no one has, like, an excessive target share. So, like, you're still dealing with, like, 3, 4, 5 receptions maybe out of some of these players. And it really just comes down to who scores the touchdown. So, I mean, the 100-yard bonus doesn't seem to be in play for like anyone today. Even on the Jets side, like the Jets, obviously, without Garrett Wilson, they just got Adonai Mitchell in. He's 3K. He doesn't really know the offense, but I mean, you got like it's Mason Taylor at 4K. It's Tyler Johnson at 3,400. Mitchell at 3K. Alan Lazard, the corpse of him, at 2,800. Arian Smith and Williams and Mechie and who knows who catches the ball today, whether or not Fields could even complete a pass. And then even on the Patriots, like guys like a guy that's going to be popular probably is Kyle Williams with Kayshon Boutte out. Obviously, in the last game he caught a 72-yard touchdown, but I mean it was on like 2 targets. I think he had 2 catches. But his mean projection is going to make him like kind of the cheap play of the day. They're probably, we have him at 23% owned. So yeah, he's going to be the piece that kind of fits. But he's still got like Dearness Johnson will be active, so they'll have three running backs in the backfield for the Patriots. There are a lot of choices, right? Isaiah Davis 4,200. There are a lot of choices in like the lower range where if you get the guy that gets a touchdown, that's the piece you need, pretty much. And I'm not exactly sure how much the scoring is going to be very concentrated towards May, Henderson, Hall, Diggs, Fields. And Diggs is 9,800, so it's not like he's getting 10 targets a game either. And then obviously the Jets are big underdogs, so you may not give him a touchdown at a Breece Hall. Who knows? Our optimal has as far as a mean projection, has 5 Patriots in it. So I'm assuming that we're going to get a lot more Patriots lineups. But let's take a look at SimLabs. I'm going to put the large field, medium results range. Let's run 150 lineups. You can see here we have Drake May is over-owned in the captain. I mean, he's the most likely captain to be the winning captain, but we have his ownership overall at like 96% overall between flex and the captain spot. So if you can play a non-Drake May lineup, that will be different today. And the same thing for like Trevion Henderson, Hunter Henry at a $5,400 price tag, also a little bit over-owned in the captain. And obviously we got like the Jets players under-owned in the captain, and like these mid-range guys like Douglas and Hollins as under-owned, but they are overpriced at 6,200 and 5,800 respectively. But let's run 150 lineups. Even though I'm not playing 150 lineups, I use SimLabs as a research tool. Typically, I run it before lock, 30 minutes before lock or so. On my phone, you get access to that with the subscription here at RotoGrinders. So you can see here, a lot of very Patriots-heavy lineups. Henry in the captain with May, Diggs, Douglas, Taylor, Fields. Here's another Taylor Fields with Diggs in the captain, Kyle Williams. Like this one leaves 2,500 on the table. You can leave that much on the table today. You can. The difference in projection, just to put things in perspective, outside of the 9K players plus, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 players that are 9,400 plus, the projection differences between Demario Douglas and Alan Lazard is not like dramatic. Yeah, it's like double, but Kyle Williams at 2K versus Douglas at 6,200. Put a lineup together, play Douglas in the lineup, and then just leave 4,200 on the table and play Kyle Williams. Like the difference is not that dramatic. You're giving up like 3 points of mean projection. That's not that much. But leaving $4,200 on the table, much less duplicated. Much less duplicated. So let's take a look at the exposures here in SimLabs. Let's see. We see Drake May 89% in the flex, right? Field 66%, which is a little bit lower than average for a quarterback. And then a captain spot. We're getting 10% Drake May, but we're getting a lot of Henderson, Diggs. I mean, it's still Patriots heavy, right? Henderson, Diggs, Henry, May, and then some Breece Hall, some Mason Taylor, right? Some stuff on the bottom over here. But like I said before, I like using SimLabs as a research tool. We use these player filters. Obviously, you could boost and dock players if you want a little bit less, a little bit more. That's typically if you're trying to manage a portfolio. But as a research tool, I want to see, what the construction of lineups, what the SimLabs rating, right? Because we run 10,000 sims of the game and all the contests and the predicted lineups that are in your contest, whether it be large field, small field, single entry. But I like seeing what the construction looks like. Let's say, like I said before, I'm not saying that you should do it necessarily, but let's exclude Drake May. And there are going to be lineups that are plus EV that don't have Drake May in it. There aren't going to be many of them, right? As many of them, but there are going to be some. So what do those look like? A non-Drake May lineup. It's going to give up a lot of projection, but less duplicated and more paths to first place. Maybe you decide, out of the 3 lineups you play, maybe I'm going to play 2 lineups that have Drake May in it and one that doesn't. What does the one that doesn't look like? What does it look like? It's not just, I'm just going to fade Drake May. It's like, no, I'm going to play Drake May in a smart, not play Drake May in a smart way, right? So let's just do 20. I did 150 just for time's sake, right? So I'm going to put in 20 non-Drake May lineups. I'm assuming we get like Breece Hall or Trevion Henderson in the captain. Right, here we go. Henderson in the captain, right? And you can see here the SimLabs ratings aren't all that great. 74, 70, 70, 68, which is a lesser lineup. But remember, in SimLabs, like the difference between a 95 rated lineup and a 70 rated lineup there's a difference, but it's about this much. Now, once we get down to 20, 30 rating, those are typically lineups that aren't profitable. But don't be a stickler of like, well, this one is 4 points rated higher than that. It's like, well, I mean, if there was a tiebreaker, if you like, I like both these lineups. Pick the one with the higher SimLab rating. But other than that, the differences are very minute. So pick the one that you prefer, right? Make an executive decision. But here's this first one: Henderson and the captain with Diggs, Hollins. And then you get Fields, Folk, and Mason Taylor. Right? Trevion Henderson, Breece Hall, Justin Fields, Patriots defense, Hunter Henry, Isaiah Williams at 1,200, right? Obviously, when you're not playing Drake May, it's much more likely the Patriots do have a 28-point applied team total. So based on our sims, it's not like the Patriots aren't going to score, but maybe they score on the ground, which limits Drake May's ceiling, assuming obviously Drake May can run it in, but Henderson gets the ball, right? Diggs and the captains, like these types of lineups will be much less used with Diggs and the captain with no Drake May, and then Matt Collins, Hunter Henry, Breece Hall, Justin Fields, Mason Taylor. This is more of a game where the Jets are actually competitive, right? Diggs has, 7 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown or 2 touchdowns. But Justin Fields outscores Drake May, and that's the reason why he's in the lineup and not Drake May. But you see some of these lineups are not rated all that great. Here's Mason Taylor in the captain spot. Like, I don't mind this, right? It leaves 2K on the table, which is fine. Perfectly fine. So you have Mason Taylor, Breece Hall, Justin Fields. That makes sense. Trevion Henderson, Stephon Diggs, Kyle Williams. That makes sense. I can easily play this lineup. Leaves 2K on the table. Okay, these are non-Drake May lineups. Obviously, Drake May lineups are going to have higher SimLabs ratings. So, like, if we were to, like, lock Drake May into the captain spot, like, what would these lineups look like? Obviously, they're going to be rated better. But you're also going to run into a lot more duplication. Drake May should be the most popular captain, right? So that's why I'm looking for lineups that have this like red bar. The bar with the ownership is much lower. So here's one lineup 5. Here's one a little bit grayer, right? Drake May and the captain. You're leaving 1,000 on the table. Drake May, Stephon Diggs, Matt Collins, Kyle Williams, Justin Fields, Mason Taylor. This will be duped. I can tell you that already. This will be duped even with the 1K remaining. I mean, you're not looking for a 100% completely unique lineup, right? You're playing large field contest. I mean, first place is a lot of money. I don't mind splitting it 5 ways, right? 5 ways is fine, but I don't want to split it 147 ways. No, I don't want that, right? That's a losing proposition in the long run. So I don't mind this lineup, but you go down to like the one here, like SimLabs rating 86, much lower ownership. This one has Isaiah Williams in it, and that's why, when he's going to be 1% owned. Drake May, Trevion Henderson, Hunter Henry, then Fields, Taylor, Williams. Done, right? Isaiah Williams is, I mean, there's a good chance he gets a 0, right? But let's say he's the one that scores the Jets touchdown. You're going to need him at 1,200 when he has 8 points, right? He scores 7.7 points, 1 catch for 17 yards and a touchdown, 8.7. You're going to need him. That's why I think it's going to be a game of what cheap person down here, down on the bottom, Mason Taylor downward, Isaiah Davis downward has a touchdown, or maybe 2 people have a touchdown. I mean, it could be Arian Smith, it could be Williams, it could be Mechie, it could be any of these. I mean, the Jets receiving core is outside of Garrett Wilson. It's just a group of has-beens and never wases and rookies and who the hell knows, right? Could be Tyler Johnson at 3,400. Could be. It could be Andrew Beck. I don't know why. I had a fullback out of the backfield. Who the hell knows? May not even be active today. Probably is. But this is what I use SimLabs for, right? What do the constructions look like of the lineups that I want to play? Like, let's say you wanted to lock in it's Justin Fields. You want to play the Patriots defense in the captain spot. I don't know how many great lineups they do have with the $6,600 Patriots defense as captain, but there's going to be some, right? No matter what configuration you have, there's going to be some lineups that show a profit in the long run. They're just like compared to Drake May or Henderson captain lineups, there just aren't going to be as many of them. Well, what do they look like, right? You can see the ratings for Patriots defense DST lineups are lower, right? We get some 60s and 70s. Right, here's an 81. Defense, you got the Patriots defense and captain, May, Henderson, Hollins, Williams, Justin Fields as the only Jets player. Maybe the Jets completely dud. And Justin Fields, it's not like he did great, but he's like the highest scorer on the Jets with like 9 points or something. Right? You could do that. Here's one with $2,100 remaining. I would play this lineup. Patriots defense and the captain. May, Henderson, Kyle Williams, Fields, and Taylor. Done. I mean, remember, the defensive ceiling doesn't come from like points allowed. It comes from like pick sixes and returns and stuff like that. So the Patriots, the Jets could score 2 touchdowns and the Patriots defense could still have, 18 fantasy points. That's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that I'm going to play a Patriots defense captain lineup, but if I were, that's what I would use SimLabs for. What do these lineups look like? It's a great research tool that you could use here to build plus EV lineups for the contests that you're in, whether it be large field, small field, single entry, showdown, FanDuel, right? We got SimLabs. Look, we got SimLabs already for the 9:30 a.m. The Commanders Dolphins game, right? We got it for the main slate. We got it for NBA. We got it for NBA as well, for PGA every week, for MLB when it comes back, obviously. And that's all part of the SimLabs Plus package here at RotoGrinders. Full access to SimLabs for the 4 major sports. You get all of our research tools like Gridiron IQ for football, Plate IQ for baseball, Court IQ for NBA, all of our premium content, all in one cheap package. SimLabs Plus, or you get the Combo Pro and you get everything. You get Lineup HQ, you get all the prop projections and the stat projections and the Lineup HQ Express and college basketball and soccer and NHL and all the sports for one monthly price. Click on the link in the description. Get more information about that. But you know what's free? Hitting that thummy thumb button. Give me the thummy thumbs on your way out the door. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to always know when we go live, which will be 7:30 p.m. Eastern tonight for the pre-lock show, Thursday Night Football, Jets versus Patriots. I'll see you next week for some more NFL SimLabs analysis here at RotoGrinders.com.